Hey guys, Helen Hartsmith here from the Heart of the Witch's Path YouTube channel. Welcome back to another video. Oh, this one I'm kind of excited about. So if you follow the Heart of the Witch's Path Instagram account, you may have seen that I posted a picture of a new tarot deck that I purchased over the weekend. And so I was like, who wants to see my new tarot deck? Oh, you guys, so exciting. So let me give you a little background here. So I guess in the last 6 months or so, I purchased an animal oracle deck. And I really, really like it. It's the first oracle deck that I've worked with extensively. I'm pretty much a tarot card person. And so someone had suggested to me that I needed to get an animal oracle deck. So I got one, been playing. It's the Celtic animal oracle deck or something like that. I'm pretty sure that I did a review. I think I did a video, so maybe I'll try to find that link and list it below. So if you want to check it out, I like it. It's a great deck. But of course, because I'm a tarot person, I've been wanting an animal tarot deck, and there's a few of them out there. And so I did some researching and stuff like that, and there was one that I kind of thought that I wanted, but I wasn't super sure about or anything like that. And then I originally saw this deck about a year ago, actually. And so the artist of this deck is actually local to my mid-Michigan area. I'm not entirely sure where she lives, but I saw her at the Gypsy Goddess Summer Festival, I think is the correct name. And this goddess festival takes place in my hometown, which I don't live in my hometown anymore, but I'm about a half an hour away. And so I went there last year, saw this deck for the first time, and was like, ooh, I kind of like it, but I didn't buy it for some reason. I might have been like tight on fundage or something, who knows. But then last February at Convocation, here this girl is in the vendor room. And so I was like, oh, how cool. But I bought other things, again, not really sure why, but didn't buy it. But this year, this past weekend, they had, I believe it's the third annual Gypsy Goddess, I think it's a Gypsy Goddess Summer Festival, something along those lines. Oh my gosh, it is so fun. It was great. It was really great. Maybe next year I'll try to remember to be more on top of things. And if you're in the Michigan area, I'll try to get some stuff up earlier to let you know what's going on. But it's at the Saginaw County Fairgrounds in Chesaning, Michigan. And given the fact that it's growing every year, I certainly hope that they will be doing it again next year. There's lots of vendors, there's lots of, there's demonstrations, there's singers, there's belly dancers, things like that. They also offer some classes, and there's food vendors there, and I really love going to events like this, like a goddess festival or something along those lines, because I know that I will have vegetarian options to eat. And so that's always like a weight off my shoulders as far as like, what am I going to eat? So it's all in all a lovely time. It's a 2-day event, and so this is where I got it. So okay, let's shut up and let's talk about the actual deck. So what I did was I already opened the box and such. So here is the deck. It is the Animus Os Fortuna, yes, tarot deck, okay? And it's by Megan Weber. And I'm not entirely sure. I think because she goes by the name Zaro. I'll put it on the side there. See, by Megan Weber / Zaro. I'm not even sure if I'm butchering that. So if I am, Megan, super sorry. You know I like your stuff, so hopefully that makes up for it. I believe that she did all of the artwork, and I think she did the book as well. So this is the box that it comes in, and it is a thick deck. Let's be right up front here. If you've got teeny tiny little hands, you might have a problem with these. I'm just saying, they're a good quality. I don't know where she's exactly having them made from or anything else. I know that Megan has an Etsy shop, so I will link that in the description box below. So if you're interested in purchasing this deck for yourself, you have a link in which you can go find it. So this is the back of the cards. This is an all black and white deck. Okay, let's just state that right now. Here is the book. It's a pretty thin book. She states in here that about, getting to know the deck and things like that. These are all animals on every card. It's not just the major arcana having animals on it. All of the suit cards have animals and things like that. So that was like a big drawing point for me. There is also no layouts. There's no spreads in this book. She gets right to the point. She gives you, here I'll give you a little glance there. She gives you some keywords and very little other content about the cards, because she's suggesting that you get to know them and work with them and look with the imagery. And so that's kind of cool. And that comes with a level of experience for a tarot reader. So it might be, if I were new to tarot reading, I might be a little nervous or put off by that. But given where I am in my tarot reading stage, I'm okay with it. Okay. So I went ahead and I pulled out the major arcana, because I didn't want to go through all 78 cards with y'all. We'd sit here for an hour or two or whatever. So let's just go through the major arcana, okay? So here we start with the Fool. And Megan has this thing where she likes animals. She likes dead things. She likes bones. And so you're going to see some interesting imagery in this book. So there we have the Fool. Kind of cool, right? And here we have the Magician. Very interesting. Very interesting. I love why can't I think the crystal ball effect? I like how you see the bone of the skull through the crystal ball. There's definitely some interesting imagery coming with that. Here we have the High Priestess. I love the effect that you're getting in the water, both with the dark moon reflection and the skull reflection off the swan. Very beautiful, very compelling. Here we have the Empress with the moon. And I believe that might be some kind of a cat skull. I'm not entirely sure. I guess I could have checked the deck, but it really makes me think that it's a cat skull, because when you see the Emperor, that is very much looking to me like a male lion with the mane and the skull. Very, very interesting. Here we have the Hierophant. And I love that face-on view of a horse. So many times when we see a horse image, it's from the side. And I love that face-on. That's so different. And the wolf lover in me loves the Lover's card. Very striking and very compelling for me. And here we have the Chariot, which I think is such an interesting concept. I like how it looks like a chariot. It looks like your traditional chariot card, but that's really not a chariot. That looks more like a large rock formation or something like that in the background. Very, very cool. Here we have Strength. And I like the idea of dealing with the concept of death, and doing it in such a way where it takes away the fright of it, you know. And here we have the Hermit, beautiful raven with a light that we generally see in the Hermit card. This one is so interesting too. The Wheel of Fortune, that Ouroboros imagery with the snake eating its tail, but all in skeleton form. Very, very interesting. And here we have Justice. Very, very interesting. Oh, and this, the Hanged Man, our bat, our skeleton bat. Love that. And Death. Oh, so interesting. What I think that this, I mean, in this kind of deck where there's so much, you know, bone and skeletal working and such like that, she really takes the concept of death as a transformation and using that moth imagery for the death. I thought that was brilliant. Here we have Temperance. I believe that's a humpback whale. Have not really read the book to know that for certain. The book will actually call out exactly what the animal is, so that's nice. Here we have the Devil. Interesting yet classical imagery on that. Here we have the Tower, and I haven't really taken the time to really take this image in, but that is an ant hill with ants coming out of the hill. Very, very interesting. And here we have the Star. A frog is not necessarily an animal that I would think right off the top of my head would go with the Star, but okay, I'll go with it. And then here we have the Moon with the rabbit imagery. And I want to say, isn't it from Japanese mythology where a rabbit is linked with the moon? I believe that's true. I might have to go look that up now. And here we have the Sun, our little otter friend there. Oh, love otters. The Rumi loves otters. Here we have Judgment with an earthworm. So cool. So cool. And then finally we have the World. And I see the images there for the elements. I see some animal and people, because of course we are an animal as well. So there's the major arcana, and like I said, I won't go through the minor arcana as well, but I will say that what she did was she basically looked at the suit and took the elemental that goes with the suit, and so all of the animals in those suit cards follow the elements. So the Cups cards are all sea creatures. The swords are all bird or air animals. Pentacles are all earth. And then fire. What were some of the animals that were in the... Let me see if I can find that really quickly. So like the salamander, the gecko, the toad, the axolotl, I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, alligator, chameleon. So all of your amphibian creatures are part of that fire wand suit. So really interesting. Like I said, I was really excited to finally purchase this deck, and I can't wait to... I've played with it a little bit for myself, but I haven't read anyone else's cards yet. I just picked it up. So yeah. If you go to her Etsy page, you can purchase the decks for $35. I happened to purchase this one for $20, and I think that was a festival sale. $35 I think is quite worth it, because these are solid, these are nice cards, and I think that $35 is not too much to ask whatsoever. So again, I will leave a description in the, or I will leave a link to her Etsy store in the description box below. If you're interested in purchasing, you can go that route. So there's my new tarot deck. I hope you enjoyed it. I know that I certainly anticipate doing so. So that's going to wrap up this video. If you liked it or learned something, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel. We'd love to have you here and love to have you watching videos. And let's see, you can either leave a comment below. Do you have this deck? I would love to know, how does this deck work for you if you own this deck? Or if you're interested in purchasing this deck, I would love to hear that as well. So please leave a comment below, or if you're not comfortable leaving a comment and want to ask a question or something like that and would rather email me at heartofthewitchespath@yahoo.com. I think that's all the business. So that's going to wrap it up for this video. Thanks for watching. Thanks for walking the path for a little while with me. And until next time, blessed be.